So I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm always hard on myself. You can ask pretty much anybody in my life who has known me well, and they'll tell you how hard I am on myself, how much I have really high expectations for myself to be a certain person, to be a certain way. And it's almost as if I have like a me in my head that's beating up like another little me, and it's basically like the alpha me in my head, like not me is, but like the big guy in my head is like, all right, motherfucker, like no, you're not good enough, and just like consistently punching little me until I can't fucking take it anymore. That's kind of how it feels like. And with everything that I do takes an insurmountable amount of pain and suffering. And I know that this sounds really dramatic, but I swear to you, I have a couple of examples to showcase. Like, for example, for me, I've always had a fear of driving. I've hated driving since I can fucking remember. I've hated driving. It scares me. I'm terrified. And so when I started driving at 16, I hated it. And since then, it took me almost 10 years to get my license because I was so scared of driving. I hated driving. I was terrified of driving. I couldn't. And not only that, I was so hard on myself for it. I was like, Alex, you're useless. You're not good enough. You're this. Like, how could you be so fucking scared of something so stupid? And I just stayed there and I took it. I took the beating from myself until one day it just clicked and I decided to do it. And I don't know what it is about it or about me, but everything comes with such a huge amount of like self-loathing and hatred towards myself. Anything new that I have to do. My mom likes to say that I'm like a crab, you know? I always take one step forward and 3 steps back. But that one step forward is life changing. And the 3 steps back is always painful. She's like, Alex, I think you were meant to suffer in this lifetime. And I think to myself, thanks, mother, because you're the reason I'm here. But no, seriously, I think that that's just like in my character to be hard on myself. And I've developed a sort of relationship with that me inside my head that's hard on myself. Because I feel like if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't be who I am today. If it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't do all the things that I've been so scared of doing all my life. If it wasn't for that little mini me in my head that beat me down every time I was scared of doing something or every time I doubted myself, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so I have a really complicated relationship with that person in my head that treats me like shit. And it's all my own doing. Nobody else. It's all in my own head. And I feel and with anything I do, I feel a sense like that I'm not good enough, you know? And I know that whenever anybody says that, or whenever I say that, or whenever somebody says that, I'm like, no, you're good. Of course you're good enough. But it's always not the same thing when you think about it yourself, you know? And I'm really trying to have a more healthy relationship with that person, you know, that person that puts me down all the time. Because although I love that person for bringing me to where I am today, for challenging me, for making me be better, I'm tired of it never feeling like I'm good enough. No matter what I do, it doesn't feel like it's good enough. Never feels like it's good enough for me. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I wish I could have like a relationship where I could look at myself and think, ah, yes, no, Alex, you did that. You should be proud of yourself for it. But no, instead I think of it, it's not that big of a deal, or like, whatever, like it is what it is, or I'm not that, blah. And I think that it's good to have that person in your head, or that person being you, that challenges you no matter what you're scared of. Because if I didn't have that person, I would just be a blob. Like, I wouldn't be anything. I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be the person that I am if I didn't have that person beating me down, making me feel like I'm not good enough. And for that person, I'm thankful. For that person, for me, in my head, I'm thankful. But I don't think it's sustainable to think that way, you know, because I know that it's bad. I know. I wouldn't say bad, but I'd say non-sustainable for my self-esteem and my sense of self. But I wish that, or I want to work on having a better relationship with that person, with the me that beats myself down. And I want to work on that. I don't know how, nor do I know what the fuck to do. I think throughout the years I've gotten a lot better at not being so down on myself whenever I wasn't accomplishing what I had set to accomplish. But I think that I'm trying my best to look at myself and think, no, Alex, this is pretty good. This is pretty all right. You did this. And you did this all on your own. Nobody forced you. Nobody made you do anything. Nobody made it. You did it. I did it. And I'm proud of myself for doing it. But I don't think it would have been done without that person in my head that says, you're not good enough. Try harder. Anyway. But I want to transform that relationship and make it a lot healthier. I don't really know how. And it's gotten better. It definitely has since I was like in my early 20s. It's definitely gotten better. But sometimes it's important to just take a moment and look at yourself and say, I did that. Yes, I fucking did. Anyway, the sun is shining, and I'm going to end it on that note. So, and for any of you that are hard on yourselves, like I am, I'm there with you. I'm there with you. And just look at yourself and be like, I did that. But yeah, for any of you guys that feel the same way, or have that same thought process, or that are oftentimes you get yourself down too hard on yourself because you're not good enough, you're fucking good enough. I'm good enough. Even if I don't believe it. And even if you might not believe it or believe me. That's it. That's it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.